If you're a younger dude and you're ambitious and you want to make a lot of money, but every time you try and start a business, you realize that it's going to be pretty hard. It's like not as easy as everybody makes it out to be, where it's like, oh, start an e-com business and then you're making a gazillion dollars a month right away. You keep realizing that it's going to be harder than you thought. And then you might start to entertain the idea that like, hey, maybe being a normie wouldn't be that bad. I could just go to school for 4 years, enjoy my little vacation here, and then I'll get my degree, I'll get some boring accounting job, and that's what I'll do with my life. Maybe you're entertaining that thought. And that's where I was once upon a time, probably 4 years ago. I was in a frat, I was having a ton of fun in college, and I was trying to pretend and trying to lie to myself and say like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine just making a normal salary and not building a business. But I couldn't lie to myself. Eventually, the truth came out and I was like, okay, I need something that I'm actually gonna be fulfilled in and I'm gonna do here that will bring me purpose in life, because that's the main benefit of building a business, of making money, is it brings you purpose, it brings you fulfillment, it gives you a reason to wake up every day. So in this video, I want to tell you why you need to make money, why you should make money, why it should be your first priority. If you don't have any money, you have to get money. And I know it sounds superficial to even say that, and I don't mean to be superficial, but it is the piece of the puzzle that unlocks all the other pieces. Because when you don't have money, or at least when I didn't have my own money, I couldn't just buy whatever I wanted within reason, of course. It always consumed me. It was always on my mind. I was always thinking about, how am I going to get rich? Like I'd be with the most beautiful girl in the world, and I'm looking at her and we're kissing, and I pull away and I'm like, how am I going to get rich? How am I going to get rich? I need money. I need money. And you might be the same way, where it's like, it literally always occupies your mind. You feel like even when you're with your friends, you're with your parents, you're not even really there, because you're just thinking about like, wait, what am I going to do with my life? How am I going to get rich? What am I going to do? Don't let that voice that is telling you that you're going to be fine living the normal life and having a normal job and just being an average fucking Joe win. You cannot let that voice win. And it's going to try, it's going to say, oh, it wouldn't be that bad. You can still get a girl and have consistent sex and all of this stuff. And it's just going to try and pull you in. But that is a trap. That's the devil on, I guess it would be your left shoulder, and there was the angel on your right shoulder. I don't know. Either way, here's why you need to make money. Here's why it will unlock your entire life. And here's why you owe it to yourself. So like I said, before I had my own money, it dictated all my decisions. So when you don't have it, first, it dictates all of your decisions, plus you don't really know what you actually want out of life, because you don't know yourself, because you have to worry about money. I remember watching this Grant Cardone video a few years ago where he said, life starts at $400K per year. And I was making like $20K a month at the time, so call it $250K a year. And I was like, well, that's not true. Like I'm living in Mexico, I'm making good money. And I guess to be fair, I was like 20 something, I was 21. So it's a bit of a different situation. I had a bit more freedom, but I agree with that statement that Grant said, because once you get to like the 40, 50K a month range is when you first start to taste having an excess of money. You don't have to really think about it when you're going to expensive dinners. If you walk into the mall and you see a shirt that you like, or you see shoes that you like and they're $500,000, you'll probably pick them up. The same level you feel the same way once you get to like 100K a month. It's just like all of my immediate things that I want, I can buy for the most part. I bought my Porsche 911 Turbo one day because I woke up and I was like, this has always been my dream car. I've been putting it off. I'm putting off buying it to reach this arbitrary number in my head that I want to get to before I buy it. But like, I could literally comfortably buy the car right now. I won't even notice the money leaving my bank account, because it's just a minuscule amount of money to me, and I went and bought it. So that's the best thing that money does for you, is because it makes all of these things feel like inconsequential amounts of money. The higher your threshold is for an inconsequential amount of money, the freer you are. And that's what we're all going after here. That's the reason that you start a business. That's the reason that you really do anything in life that you're like striving towards, because you just want to be free. You want to be autonomous. You want to be able to make your own decisions and live your own life, and not have to abide by the rules and beliefs and the ideas that other people prescribe you. And the way, again, to be able to form your own worldview is to solve that money problem. Imagine a world where like you don't have to think about expenses. You don't have to think about rent. You don't have to think about your car payment. You don't have to think about dinner bills. When your girl hits you and she's like, oh, these shoes are really cute, you buy them and you don't even think about the purchase. I was paying a chiropractor $3,000 a month. I didn't even realize it. And then I was like, wait, why am I paying $3,000 a month when I could just go buy my Porsche 911 Turbo? And I guess they factored that into my decision as well. But it gives you this level of freedom that you can't access otherwise. And the reason that is important, the reason that all of these kind of superficial things that I just mentioned are important, because once you go get those things, you kind of close the door for your desire. You complete a side quest, and then you realize that it doesn't really change anything. So that does two things. One, you can enjoy it for what it is. And two, you realize that the mission, like the purpose, the fulfillment is going to be found elsewhere. You need that purpose. You need that mission. You need that one singular thing that you're actually working on, is where you feel like you're progressing to have fulfillment and feel good about yourself, and all of the other stuff, all of the fancy dinners and the nice clothing and the cars and all that kind of stuff. It's nice accessories, but it doesn't make your life. And you can really understand that once you go buy all those things that you wanted. And I don't know if you can do it. Like, hearing me say, oh, money won't make you happy, all of the things that you can buy aren't going to make you happy alone. Yes, that is true. But you can't internalize that until you go make money on your own and realize, like, okay, these things are great, but I need a real purpose. So again, using money, you're able to quench all of these thirsts and all of these desires. You're able to actualize them. And for example, I'll give you one quick story. So when I first moved to Miami, it was like a year and a half ago. The first 8 to 10 months I was here, I really wasn't going out much. I was making like 20 to 30K a month when I moved here. And well, that's good money for a 21-year-old. Like I wasn't crushing it the way some of my friends were, and being in Miami, like I needed to make more money. So I wasn't going out, and then I started to make more money. And probably around month 6 here, I was like, wait, this is cool and all, and I'm making good money, but I'm not experiencing Miami at all. I don't know what it's like to live here. People are like, oh, the nightlife is so cool. The girls there are beautiful. All this cool stuff is going on in Miami. And I'm like, I spend the majority of my time in my room at my desk, and I eat Chipotle every night for dinner. I'm not living a fun life. I might as well be in fucking Ohio if I'm going to live like this. And because I was in a situation where my business I'd been grinding for the last however many months, probably really 2 years at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to like max out the social life and just go play like this social game and see what it's like to go out in Miami and meet new people and meet girls and do that. So I basically spent the next 6 months where, like, obviously I was still working on my business, but I was going out a ton. I was meeting a ton of new people. I was like living that lifestyle that I envisioned, the exact lifestyle that I envisioned when I thought about moving to Miami. I built it. And that was the most fulfilling thing, but that was only unlocked because of money, because I didn't have to worry about going out and spending $1,000 on a dinner and then a few $1,000s at the club. I could go do that just to experience it. And now I know, and I'm not like addicted to the club life. I know it's fun and it's there and I can go do it when I want to do it, but I'm not like, man, what would that be like? I don't have any FOMO about it. And maybe you do, maybe you don't, but that was something that was always a desire for me, like understanding like the social networking and the lifestyle for these big cities and like how it all works, how the connection games works, how meeting all the beautiful girls and all that kind of stuff. Like, I know, again, that's superficial, but it's something that I had as a desire. And the reason that I was able to quench that desire again was because of money. That example may or may not resonate with you, but the main point that I'm making here is that money allows you to side quest. Let's say you have always wanted to travel, and then finally you're in a position where you don't really have to worry about money. You can go and travel wherever you want. Boom. It's unlocking the key to what you actually want. Once upon a time, I wrote an email about how if somebody were to wire you $100 million today, you would be faced with the biggest problem that you ever had in your life. Because to this day, odds are, there have been two things that have dictated all of your decisions: not having money or the need to make money. Those are the main two things that have driven all of your decisions, right? Think about it. I know it's a weird thing to think about, but generally for most people, that's just how it works. They can't go on vacation because they have a boss, so they need to make money, or they can't afford the vacation because they don't have enough money. So once you solve that problem, it's like, wait, what do I actually want to do with my life? And I sat there and I was writing about this, and I was like, what would I want to do with my life if I had $100 million? Like, I have a lot of freedom now, but 100 million means like, if I don't ever want to work again, I don't have to. So I thought about this, and this is probably a good exercise for you to do if you want to take out a piece of paper after this video. Right? What would I do with the $100 million? And they call it $1 billion if you feel like you need more. And I came down to, I would make more content. I would spend my time writing books and reading and being in the sun and connecting with beautiful people and having a fun life. And I would still need to find things that I'm building, because I know I would go fucking crazy if I wasn't working on anything, if I wasn't moving, if I didn't have anything that would bring me fulfillment. So once you start to think about this, you can align your life with what you actually want if money was off the table. So now it's like, get a clear image of what you would do every day if you didn't have to worry about money. And now you can start to kind of reverse engineer, like, okay, this is how I want to live my lifestyle. What can I do to put myself in that position? And I'm sorry to tell you this, guys, but like, if you can't figure out how to make money in 2024 and you've been trying, especially if you're a younger dude, you're ambitious, you got to figure it the fuck out. I talked to a kid the other day who was like 16 years old, who's making $500,000 a month. $500,000 a month at 16 years old. He's a child. I was vaping and fucking just doing retarded shit at 16, okay? Okay? Like, this kid's making $500,000 a month because of the internet. Like, nobody else has had this opportunity. It's the easiest thing to fucking do you can start any type of business. You can learn a service-based business. You can learn sales. You can start TikTok. You can do all of this shit. Just figure out your hustle and get money off the table as quickly as possible so you can actually live a life that you want to live. You can have fulfillment and your life will just be beautiful, bro. Like, I'm telling you, if you're that person that I described in the beginning that's like, oh, I'm going to be fine with just living the normal life and being a little wagey. No, you do not want to do that. I promise you, I'm not trying to be an asshole right now, but life is so much better when you don't have to worry about money, when you're living on your own terms, when you're meeting amazing people that are doing the same kind of thing as you. They're all ambitious. Like, I live in the same apartment building as all of my 5 best friends. It's like we literally have our own little frat here in Miami. It's so fucking sick. And most of the time I don't even realize how blessed and lucky I am to be able to live this life. But like, all of my closest boys live in the same apartment building on the same, in Miami, the best city that you could possibly be in as a young person. It's beautiful. It's like literally beautiful every day. What more could I want? What more could I possibly want out of life? I don't know. But it started with money, and then it allowed me to do things like this. It allowed me to make valuable content, have a better perspective about life, and even have the bandwidth to do something like this. Because if I was working a normal job or I was doing something that I hate, I want to be doing this. So last thing I'll say is, like, it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to want to make money because you want to buy a supercar and you think money will help you maybe in your dating life and your social life. Like, that's okay. It's okay to have that desire. Like, that's how a lot of people start when they start making money. It starts from selfish desires, but quickly you realize once you attain money is like, it's not going to be as fulfilling. Getting all of the things that you want is not going to be nearly as fulfilling as you helping other people and feeling like you're having an impact on the world and like inspiring other people. Because when you go for the superficial things, that's out of insecurity, which again, it's okay. You're insecure. Most people that do anything miraculous, they do so because they're once insecure. They want a validation from other people. So they work on themselves really hard and then they do something miraculous. And that's when they realize they do something miraculous. Then they get the freedom that they want. They get all the things they want, all the selfish desires that they want. And then they're like, okay, wait, that didn't actually fix the original problem, which was insecurity. What can I do to fix that problem? Well, it feels pretty good when I help people and I inspire people and I'm just doing the things that feel like I was ordained by God to do. And this, for me, like, content was one of them. And you have a list of those too. And once you go and you get the money that you want, that you deserve, that you can have, then you can figure out what you actually want out of life. You can build a real relationship with yourself. You can know yourself. You can build such a beautiful life. I'm done rambling about money. Go get some money, bro. I believe in you. I promise it's possible. I was a normal fucking kid, and I had no special talents. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, just some random kid, bro. I should be an investment banker right now. I don't even know if I could have gotten a job as an investment banker, but I should have some stupid communications degree, and I'd be working for some woman with blue hair. Does that sound fun? No, I don't want to work for a woman with blue hair. Anyway, I love you. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share this with a friend, and go to the description of my newsletter. Click the button that you see in there, and I'm going to teach you how to make money as a freelance copywriter. God bless. Love you.